Alright, so this is what I ended up with. It's not exactly what I started out with, but it's what I ended up with. So, I came up with three tools for pulling the hoses off the heater hose assemblies. We got this one here. It's just finished off with a high temperature paint. I kind of like it because it looks nice, and you don't have to worry about putting primer on it or anything like that. It helps prevent it from rusting, a little bit, but they're going to get used and a little rusty, but whatever. This is another one. This is I was thinking about putting a hook like this on the end of each one of them to dig in around the hose to help pull the hose off, but I ended up making this design on here for getting in there and prying up on it, I guess, and looks like a little boot. But sometimes when I set out to make something, I change it up as I'm going along. But this was such hard steel to work with. It was wicked good quality, and it was just a pleasure to work with this because it was just way ahead of this one. This is the one made in India, cheaper steel, I guess. But I took it and narrowed the head of the wrench. I left this distance alone, and then I took off some of the width, actually quite a bit, on both sides, and made it a little narrower because when you get up into those firewalls, it's a pretty tight spot. But I thought that could be used for prying up the hose a little bit, or prying whatever heck you want. You could really reef on something with that. But it also, the first thought I had was if I have that there like this, since the handle's kind of short, it really gives me something to get my hand around and give me some leverage and keep my hand from slipping off. That's what it came into mind first, and then it sort of, as I was shaping it around later, I thought, hey, maybe you could pry something with it. But so it's a nice design. I like this one. This is my favorite. This one turned out pretty good. It's the next size down, of course. I think this one was, what the heck was it? This one is 11/16. So I didn't narrow this one down, which I thought maybe I should have, but it's kind of small, so it's okay, and it's thin this way. So this one I put a similar end on, except for it's not a 90 degree there. It's just shooting straight out. This one's probably a little bit more useful to get in under a hose and work it up a little bit, and instead of using a screwdriver, make sure that they're nice and smooth and not going to gouge up anything. But that's kind of the idea behind that. Again, it gives you a little bit of room since it's such a short tool. That little piece on the end gives you something to pull against. And I figure, well, if you got to have something there, it might as well be useful. So there's a little pry tool on the end of this one. This tool here is a neat little item. I think I might make another one, a little tighter, a little narrower here from this one, but maybe not. I made this out of a chisel that I had. And the idea behind this thing is you get, say that's a pipe and the hose is over top of it. This thing here, if you're in a tight spot, then you have a firewall right here. You can reach in and, work this under and go around, go all the way around with it and loosen it up. A lot of times what I end up doing is just cutting the hose and then just peeling it off. But if you wanted to save it and you wanted to reuse it, it'd be kind of nice to be able just to break that seal. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can get a tool around there and twist it for pliers, but this would be kind of neat instead of a screwdriver. If you have no room, this will get in there and go around and lift up and break that seal, kind of slip in there. So I'm sure I'll use it someday, but it beats using a dirty old screwdriver instead. But that's it. That's what I came up with, and I'm pretty happy with that. I probably will make a few more tools. to go along with it, but something similar to this one. Oh, I made this one a while back. This is made out of spring steel. This would work too. It's got a sharp end on it. This end is pointed on purpose. So I don't know that that would work. It would work, but it's not the same. But yeah, you can never have too many things like this laying around. I got another one or two. Same sort of idea. It's spring steel. And it's got a flat little end on it. And you can reach in and pull something or whatever. This is tempered too, so this is pretty strong. You know, the whole thing is, and that's not going to give. It'll break, I think, if you was to really beat on it, but you know, when you temper it all there, make it good and hard, and it'll work. But anyway, more homemade tools. To find a new home, I've got a drawer or two in here that's empty. We'll check those in there. But yeah, that's some homemade tools.